Why, hello everybody, welcome. My name is Rubydung. Welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I am outside here at the base, and what you also might notice is the very special name of this episode. As you may notice, it says that today is a world tour as of the listing, because today is episode 45. So, for the 45th episode, celebrating almost a year, like, I think it's like a month or so away, 2 months maybe, but yeah, I wanted to, show off everything I've been doing in the world. So, naturally, I'm going to go around, show off some of the stuff that I've done in the base, but for those of you who've been following, the series this entire time and been, like, watching every single episode, today won't just be a skip episode. It won't just be like, oh, I'm just going to be recapping everything for all the new people. I did do new stuff off camera, and I will, talk about it a little bit, so that way, you guys will actually know what I did. Most of it's just kind of smaller things, some of it's a bit bigger, but, yeah. Today, we will be talking about everything that, will be going on with my base, and my other bases as well. So naturally, let's start with the main base. Right over here is my main base. As you can see, it's a nice little dirt box. You can see it's made of some fine materials with some wool and some wood. It got the comfort bed with a nice little paint. Anyways, but yeah, so this is the first base I ever built in this world. This was my Night 1 shelter. Built it out in the water, so no mobs walked over to me. And yeah, I haven't gotten rid of it at all. It's basically untouched since the first night. So, that is my first base, but naturally over here is the main one. So, let's go around and talk about this. Over here is the main pier of the actual build. So, you naturally are going to wind up using this to get from spawn, which is that island over there. Go all the way up here. As you may notice, there's just a random nether portal out there in the desert. That is my main nether portal that I will use to get from here to the actual nether. I haven't really built anything in that dimension yet, but I plan to change that at some point. So, soon, probably. As you can see, when I go inside of here, we're met with the sight of my main storage. So, following along this wall, you will see that there is a bunch of chests. Each chest is indicated what its belongings are by a top and a bottom block. So top block here is right here on the left. Bottom block is here on the right. I open up this chest. This is my valuables and other rare resources, unless it's a compass. But yeah, I open this up and it is signified with a gold block because gold is probably one of the most worthless of the valuables, but needed to, instead of using a diamond block, I used a gold block because I felt that was more a cheaper alternative. And then over here I have like a note block to signify that I'm using it for redstone and other miscellaneous materials, kind of. I have things like saddles in here. I probably should move to other chests, but yeah, I feel it's perfectly fine for right now. Obviously, go through each of these. Each material is indicated what its actual holdings are based off that block. But what's also more notable is if I come around here, you will see one system right here. This is probably the most worthless one in the entire base. If I just come back around here, grab a pickup item inside this, just a single charcoal, and come back around here, I can start up the train. And now that's going to go around my storage system and just kind of be decoration for the most part, so nothing really achievable. But what's also more interesting about this area is the mob farm. So, as you can see, this is a auto-sorting system with mob drop sorting. So you can see that string is displaced over here, while the other mob drops are displaced in this area. That is because, oh, as you can see, there's a jockey. That's the one thing that this system has problems with. So, yeah, but interesting. But yeah, as you can see, skeleton went up, back around. It'll be standing up there and automatically drop, and it will fall through that tube into a water stream. And same for over here. The mob will drown up there, drop down, well, die, give its drop, and then fall through the system. Oh, and the minecart came back, so you can see it goes around the entire base and then comes back on the other side. Doesn't really do anything outside of just waste charcoal, but I think it's pretty cool. And you can see right here, the system is shown once again. So it's a bit harder to explain this one because I'm keeping multiple mob drops in these chests, so a bit more hard to explain. But once again, come around here, we can see the other chests that are being used here. We also have, in all of them, we also have the rare thing from the April Fool's update not that long ago, the locked chests, which are the Steve Co. crates back from April Fool's. So if I also come back around here, there is 2 ways to go now. There we can either go left or right. And I'm going to, at this moment, choose to go left. Now, when you go down this hallway and enter the water stream, you will automatically rise up. Well, you have to hold the space bar, but you will rise up and you will enter this little change that I made. I actually completed the cells from the last episode, and you come around here, you see my main furnace array. So this entire top floor here is basically just for furnaces. Haven't filled up the top space here, but right up there is the mob farm where all the mobs are dropping down, falling through this glass tube right over here, and falling into the auto drowner. So that is where all the mobs are going. Then we also have the start of all these water streams you see at the bottom of the base, which are the quick access corners if you don't want to walk all the way to the main hall, like over there. Oh, time to sleep. So that will be the top floor of the base. Well, let's get this down. But yeah, so that would be the top floor of the actual base, just entering this mainstream over here, and that will get you all the way to the top. But yeah, nothing really kept up here except for the main chest, so if I need to do a large smelting project, then I just need to come up here, which I actually did a lot of that for this episode. But let's talk about the right direction now. Well, the left direction. That was the right direction. This is the left direction. Enter the left direction, you come down this little hallway before approaching a sign with apparently what appears to have a squid underneath it saying saplings. This is not a sapling, as you may notice. It is a squid that spawned in my system. But yeah, coming past here, we enter a small room where you can either go left once more, or you can continue to go forward. Once you get here, you can loop back around. You enter another small room, in which case you can re-enter the tunnel way, or you can enter this system over here, and this will lead you to the tree farm. Go all the way up. This right here is the first floor. As you can see, we have access ways for each of the individual trees, in which case I can walk up and down these lanes and harvest trees as they grow and replant them as I need. There's precisely enough space in between the sapling and the tree to get a tree of a certain size without it being too big. And if I come all the way up here, that would be the second floor of the tree farm. So, 2-layer system, and you can see glass over the top of it, so we can see not only the sky, but also get natural lighting. But if you decide to go left here, you would approach what is the birch farm. So, just coming back around here, you can hop up this stream right over here. We'll hop the ladder, and you would automatically enter a duplicate version of the main tree farm, but with birch trees. That is so if you just need to get bulk planks and don't care about getting the actual oak log texture, you can go into this farm and you'll get consistently taller trees, because oak trees go with 1 block before leaf. These ones have 2 blocks before leaf. So you're naturally going to get more wood, and you also can mine it quicker because you're not having to break any leaf blocks while in that system. But another thing that is of note about this system as well, if you hop down here, hop into this main street, oh, I just took a heart of damage, there is actually a back doorway to this, in which case we can actually examine the outside of the building of what I've currently already showed you. So this just takes you out into the natural terrain where I have the torch grid This torch grid goes out for quite a ways. It goes all the way out to about those deserts or so, and expands about that far. I've been meaning to expand it for a while though, but I can show you the outside of the building for what I've just explored. So come back around here. That was the path we took. Went around there, through that tunnel, explored that cube over there, went through this main tunnel before entering that. In which case, people who've been watching the episode, I decided to go out and get more bricks, and I put a cap on the ladderway there. So there is now officially a cap for that farm. But I can come back around here and re-enter the main base now. Okay, back at the main entrance, right beneath the banner. If I enter here and decide to go right at the mob farm split, I will reach another bypass. So I can either go forward, left, or right. If I go left again, I approach another water elevator. This will take me all the way to the second floor once again, where all the furnaces are kept. So this is just a secondary access that is just more for convenience. If I actually decide to continue walking forward here, as I walk forward, I will enter the sugarcane farm and the more recent expansion of it. If I turn around and hit this lever, a whole bunch of piston sugar and a whole bunch of sugarcane falls down. Very slowly, very surely. Oh, it's all coming down. But yeah, so there is approximately about 5 stacks of pistons, I think, up there that are all focused just on harvesting sugarcane. Probably not the best use of pistons, but yeah, that is currently what it does. I'm just going to stop picking that sugarcane up now because I don't really need it. But for those of you who do care about the farm, this thing can be harvested manually down here. This is just the manual farm. I just walk through here and I can harvest all of that. So that is still a perfectly operational thing, but this thing right over here is more efficient. Though I didn't pick up all the sugarcane yet, because once again, there's a lot of sugarcane growing up there. But yeah, obviously it's gotten me a lot of sugarcane so far. But yeah, those are the 2 farms in this area. If I continue to walk forward, I enter the next bend. Same thing over here would just be another bend before we get to the meetup point in the actual base, where this is the certain way where I can either go back into another elevator. This leads up to the second floor, same as the other 2. So I just can get up here once again. This needs to get more finished because right now it's just this lower part of the floor. So theoretically can add another floor on top of that one. So expansion still necessary. But the next part of the base is now through this tunnelway, in which case we now approach the next large room with the next sorter. This sorter over here is my passive mob farm sorter. Obviously this roof goes all the way up to the actual farm itself. Need to put like a roof over this or something, but I also might just leave it open. This end over here, the one with the lava, is a pig and chicken sorter, while over this one is the cow and sheep one. So when they fall down this water, they split. The mobs that are 1 tall will move over in that direction and then fall through. If they're a chicken, they'll slowly fall through before burning in the lava and won't sink through it, so their feather will just burn. While a pig will float through it, fall, and then they'll drop, and then they'll have precisely half a heart and burn to death, so they'll drop a cooked pork chop right here on the floor. While with this one, it's precisely just enough distance that a cow or a sheep will flow through here, fall down, and their drop will drop. So leathers and wools will end up on this end, while over here is cooked pork. But I reach another 2 sections for this one. So if I come back around here, I'll grab the demonstration item for this area. Okay, demonstration item retrieved. The demonstration item for this area will be a water bucket. So I can either go left or right here. If I choose to go left, let's say, we enter a small tunnelway before entering a staircase and a door. Over here will be a chest, and over here will be a water stream. Go up this doorway, and you will see large fields of wheat, all organized in these little rows. along with another enclosed building with a nice little glass roof once again, allowing natural light into here, glowstone on all of the sides here in order to actually light up all the paths. But I can come around this area, jump up here, place down a water bucket, and something very special happens if I stand down here. You can see that water is pushing its way all the way down, and it's automatically harvesting all of the wheats and seeds. And it's slowly pushing its way down into a main water stream. I'm going to give it a bit as it pushes its way through all of this. So, as you can see, slowly just moving through. So there is quite a bit of droppage, most of it being up top on these rows. Really can't help that one too much, but yeah, gotta sleep. Oh, apparently it's not night yet. But yeah, let me also just come back up here and grab my water, because I think it's done pushing now. But yeah, that is the main water streams. Probably want to come down. Oh, I'm going to grab you. And come down here. You can see all of the wheat and seed is collecting in this little area here. As you can see, it's all just pushing its way into that stream. And I can come around here and pick it all up. And I just grabbed a whole bunch, but I'm going to drop off all the seed in this chest and replant after this tour is done. I guess I'll just have a whole bunch of wheat on me. But yeah, I also can come back around this way if I want to show off. Oh, I also can show you where to drop off all these items. I'm going to eat one of these just so I'm full health again. But yeah, I also can show you where all the passive mob drops are stored. So come back around here. Then you can open up this chest down here. This will be where all the wheat is stored. As you can see, got quite a bit, so probably not going to die anytime soon. Then throw the wool up here. Then over here will be my leather. Down here is my cooked pork. This one is my uncooked pork, and this one over here is more cooked pork. So just throw all that in there. But come back around over this direction. And I've now decided to make a right at the turn. Over here, you'll see a ladder and another water stream. This area still needs some minor completion, but if I come up this ladder, I go through the actual roof, all the way to a ceiling. And if I decide to go down this, jump down here, and walk my way through here, you can see a whole bunch of mushrooms on both ends. This here is an automatic mushroom farm. It grows both brown and red mushrooms. So you can see it is fully stocked. It is ready for a complete harvest. I just have to jump my way down here and come back up the ladder and place the water, and it will do a full harvest of all of the mushrooms. And as you can see, all the mushrooms are now coming down after I put the water in and gathering here at the main stream, ready for pickup. They're going to slowly file their way down because this farm is very large. It's way too large for the scale that I decided to make it. I don't use mushrooms at remotely the pace that it provides them at, so a bit larger than what I really need, but shouldn't be complaining too much. Are all the mushrooms done for gathering up yet? Not yet. There's quite a few, as you can see. This is a very, very effective farm. Nope, still not coming in yet. Done yet? I think it's done. I think it's done. But yeah, with this, I can come around over. Oh, want to probably pick up my actual water bucket. Just got to go all the way back up here, as you saw in that last little clip. Walk all the way to the end of the farm here and just pick up the water from this little thing here. Not very grandiose. I plan on doing a little bit more with this farm, make it look a little bit better when you come up to that area. Also, just the process of coming up there would probably look better when I'm done with it. But yeah, if I go back around over here, I can begin to drop off what all the mushrooms are. So over here, there's a brown and red, so brown up here, and then red down here. So I just need to figure out, so this is a brown mushroom pile, so this will go up here. And right over here is a red mushroom pile, so this will go down here. And same verse is second as the first, and then down here's the red. So that is how you organize the mushrooms. Now you might be curious what everything I just showed you looks like from an exterior perspective. This over here is the tree farm, main base. Over there is sugarcane. I can come back around on this end to show you more of the actual sugarcane. You can see the main ramp over there. Just need to come back around over here, and you can see the main sugarcane farm over there. Come back around here, just past the nether portal, underneath all of the main struts here, and you will see the main part. This is storage right above me, just a single block floor. Then I look over here, you get a little bridge before you see a main hall thing. And that up there is the passive mob farm. I can do a quick little swim over. If I still have the ladder up. I believe I still have a ladder located over there on the passive mob farm. But I can use this little chance to swim over. And you guys will see the bottom portion down over there. That is the main thing of the mushroom farm. I just gotta come over here. I believe the ladder. Yes, there is a support ladder all the way hidden on this strut that takes me all the way up to the top so you guys can see the passive mob farm. As I also pass by all of these windows here, you also can see the different floors up to the top one here. That one over there, that is the hostile mob farm directly to my left. Come all the way to the top, and boom, you can see the passive mob farms. This is where all of the passive mobs spawn. They spawn in the grass, and then they fall down into the little water streams between each of the platforms, and they fall into the auto sorter. Over there's the mushroom farm and the main bridge down there. But time to continue with the tour down in the next hub section. But now that we have explored the the left and the right directions and showed the exterior, if we continue to go forward down this hallway, we approach the next couple of choices. So we can choose to go left or right once again, both for a staircase, or we can choose to go forward where we see a railway with a minecart. I'll get to the minecart here in a second. We can go left here, and we can either choose to go up or down. I'm going to choose to go up to show you this part. You go up here. Haven't really done anything with this floor. Plan on doing a bit more. But I can now go around to a staircase here in the middle, go all the way up it, and we reach a bed, a couple of chests, some more chests, and a crafting table. So this is the main bedroom of the base, and we also get a little overview of the world over that direction, and a main view of the central hub in this area. So we get like a nice little view of the mushroom farm and the wheat farm. It's mostly just kind of crowded on this window, though, so not really much to see on that end. But if we come all the way down here to this staircase once again, I can choose to also go up the staircase in this direction, and it just gets me to the same place, so nothing really thriller about that area. But I can also choose to go down this staircase. This will be the right staircase. You can see that I have this place blocked off with just some wood for now. Go all the way down it, and we reach a little central place. As you can see, this is has a large gathering of feathers with a feather sign. If I punch through this floor, there is a zombie spawner right below this block or so. Zombies are being pushed in a water stream, being slowly gathered all the way up, put into a water elevator, dragged all the way to this direction, pushed up once again, and drowned right above me in the main ocean. So they just drown up there, drop their feathers onto this crafting table, which I can just stand here and pick them up without much risk. As you can see, zombie just passed, and it is now going up into the ocean, where it will drown and drop its feathers. So in the event I need a large amount of feathers, I can do that. But more importantly, if I come all the way up here, go all the way to this direction, and go down this staircase, this one is open just for safety reasons, really. Because I've had many issues with fire, but I can actually choose to drop down this one, and I fall into a water area. This staircase goes quite a ways up because I am quite low down. But this is the start of my main mine. Well, what was my original mine? I now have a new mine, but this is the original mine. This goes for a long ways out, if I remember correctly. It goes for a couple thousand or so. But we can, from this mine, access another important part of the base. If I come around this way, go through this cave, over this obsidian little flooring, we fall into this area. This here is the first project in the entire base. This is the start of what I was considering to be the first mob farm back when mobs cared about Y level for spawning, but they since changed that. I built the one in the sky, and it is more efficient than the one down here. Looks like a whole bunch of slimes got themselves stuck in it, so not particularly good for slimes, but I can come down here and kill slimes whenever I want, like sticky pistons or something. So that's about all this has been delegated to, is just a very large area that I mined out. But yeah. But now back to the main hallway here. That will conclude the tour for the actual main base in itself. For the most part, there's still other smaller things I guess I could show off, but that would probably be just things that won't really matter, so that would conclude the main base. But I can hop into this minecart over here, hit this button, and I travel off, and you guys can see the exterior of the bedroom. So just a nice little build here. You can see that, like the main look of it on the horizon as I sail off. But, yeah, as I sail past here, you can see a small little tower. Doesn't, particularly make, or serve any use, really. But I feel, it was something that I wanted to kind of add to this journey here. So, as you travel down here, you can see there is little watchtowers, all perfectly within render distance of each other. So, that tower can be viewed from this tower can be viewed from that tower. And so on and so forth. And down this entire railway is going to be to my next base. This in particular rail is about 1,000 blocks in length, because as part of the on a rail achievements that I was attempting to get for a while. Here's the next one up there. And as I go down this, you'll see that I will wind up, I believe it's exactly 1,000 blocks from my previous base. We'll be there very shortly. I'm about halfway through the journey now. But as I pop out on this end, you'll see the next watchtower and the next one over there. But yeah, this place is now mostly oceans, as you can see. Probably want to build something out around here. I feel like this has some pretty cool potential, as you can see. Next watchtower from this one. Just kind of built these as a little bit of flavor things. I think this is a whole episode basically just me talking about the flavor of this place, even though this makes no logistical sense in a single player to have these kinds of watchtowers around. But I felt it's a pretty cool thing to build, so I'm just going to be showing them off as I travel down this main rail. And as you can see up on the horizon, popping up is the second base. This is the transport base. This will be my central hub for all future bases, hopefully, where I can begin to access bases from this central location in my world. As I roll all the way up to it, you can see this is a stone base compared to the wooden one. Just hop out of the minecart, and you will see a couple of changes. So people who keep up to date, there is a couple of changes you can see that I made around that I'm going to show off. But I want to show off the big one first off, which is the very big hole. If I come all the way down this ladder way here, you can see I reach what is now my new mine. As you can see, several of the mines are not dug out, but quite a few of them are. So, have done some work on these. But yeah, let me just get back up this ladder here in just a second. And back on top of the pit. So, just right down there is where all the mines are. Come around here, you can see this place is mostly empty, but I also made some changes over here. As you can see with the large lava shields, I have windows open to the nice fresh air, but over here is a large cliff that I had to naturally dig through. And for this part, I moved the lava all the way down from the mines here, all the way to the top here. And now we have little lava curtains that will be representing where light should be coming from when I'm not really able to get daylight in front of these windows. So these windows will be shown off with lava. But that would complete the main tour of the transport base for the most part. Obviously, if I go down this rail once again, I'll just get back to the main base. But the next part of this world here is going to be down this little path here. This little path doesn't have much grandiose about it. There's not even a rail on it because I haven't done too much work over here. Basically just only began this like a few episodes ago. But I'll be back with you guys at the end of this trail. But as you can see off on the horizon over there is the beginnings of the new base. Did a little bit more work on this more recently, most notable in the last episode, but as I can approach this, you're mostly seeing the start of this base. You can see one thing I did all the way down there in the water, and you can see the main thing all the way up here in front of me, but I'll tour the main thing in front of me at the very beginning here, just to show you guys. But yeah, here is the little starting hut, for the most part, of where I will begin building, really. So, just kind of pull my way into here, and you will see just the inside of this little hut. Plan on each of these doorways going to basically a different type of, like, mini base. Basically, like, over there I want to be doing, like, other things. Over there I want to be doing other things. But I want it to be, like, a 10-block walk. Like, just walk this distance and then I'm in, like, its own purpose. Like, for building styles or something. But that is the purposes of the main hut over there. If I go through the ground here, well, go not through the ground, but on the ground, walk my way all the way back in this direction. We also see the small thing I was doing, I believe it was last episode. You can see a small little glass structure out here in the water. This is the plan that I want to do if you go forward on the rail. You will wind up in the water area, sink all the way down here. You get into a little stream, and you're in a nice little underwater kind of base here. And I plan to have little tunnels connecting each of the little glass structures to one another whilst underwater. So that's my main plan for this kind of small base out here. But anyways, guys, as I'm making my slow walk all the way back here from the far out base, it's about 1,000-block walk or so. We'll just cross this little stone slab bridge. I think that will conclude not only the tour, for the most part. There's some other things I guess I could show off in the world or so, but I think that's some of the more cool stuff that I want to kind of show off, things I'll be working off in the future episodes, hopefully. But that will probably also be the conclusion of today's episode. Did quite a bit of a longer episode comparative to my other ones. I tend to try to keep them at a bit of a short length, try to make sure that you get a little update or so on the progress that I'm making between week to week. But this one I wanted to show off not only the new things I've done new, but also just things I've done previously for anyone who's curious about how the world is going. So, yeah, that is about what I've been doing when this world, really. So, obviously, if you guys have any questions, any ideas that you would like me to see, just write a comment down below. I always love reading that kind of stuff. You guys always have some interesting things to say about down there. So I always just kind of want to get a idea on a gauge for what you guys think would be a cool idea for a future project. And kind of get an idea of where to kind of go from the future bases, for example, because I haven't really done too much for the last two bases I showed there, as you can see. So there's a lot of directions I can really take that, and I always like to see what you guys can kind of come up with. So, but before I get completely distracted about what I'm talking about, I think it's time to call this episode to a nice little close. So, I guess I'll see you guys next week with a more normal episode, hopefully, instead of just a big old world tour. But I guess that will conclude it for today's episode. See ya. Bye.